Today, I'm going to teach you how to create a pie graph, also known as a pie chart or a circle graph. But first, how about a riddle? What did the pitcher say to the thief? What did the pitcher say to the thief? You framed me. Get it? Pitchers have frames. You framed me. Okay, anyway, it was a setup. Okay. First of all, I want to make sure that you know that when we look at a pie graph, the entire circle is 100% of the circle. But when you create a circle, I want you to think of 360 degrees as being all the way around. The total population is the entire circle, but each subgroup gets a slice. So these are called slices, okay? Like a slice of pie. I like apple pie. Let's go into the steps, and then I'll show you how to apply the steps. Okay, so looking at our steps, you want to draw a circle. Your circle's probably already drawn. And definitely have the center of that circle identified. Find the number in each subgroup. Then add all the subgroups, and that gives you the total number in your population. Now, here's probably the hardest part. You want to compute the angle for each slice. And the way you do that is you take the number in the subgroup and divide it by the total number times 360. So it's a part of the whole. That's going to tell you how many degrees to make that slice. Once you know the angle for each slice, so for example, let's say this one's 100 degrees and this one is 80 degrees and this one is 45. You know, all these angles are going to add up to 360. Okay, so now you're going to start by simply with your circle, you'll draw the first radius. I usually draw it off to the right at 3 o'clock. And then you start measuring your angles with the protractor. Don't overlap. Draw each angle, whatever that size is, and make sure they don't overlap. Next, you need to compute the percentage for each subgroup. So the number of each subgroup divided by the total number again, but this time instead of multiplying by 360, you're going to multiply by 100. That will give you the percent for each slice. Then, of course, you need to give your pie graph a title and list the details, like maybe the time and location of the survey or the date, where it happened. Let's do an example so you can see how to follow those steps. We're going to create a pie graph from the following information. So here we have favorite ice cream flavors. So I interviewed my first period class, and these were their favorite flavors. So the first thing, we already have our circle, and we already know how many are in each subgroup. Now we want to know the total for the group. So 10 plus 4 plus 8 plus 1 plus 2 gives us 25 when we add all these numbers together. So now that we know that, we can figure out the angle for each group. So to figure out the angle, we would do 10 divided by 25 times 360 degrees. When we do that, 10 divided by 25 times 360, that gives us 144 degrees. When we do the chocolate, 4 in the subgroup over the total of 25, that gives us, times 360 again, 58 degrees. And we do each flavor to figure out the angles. The sherbet, only one person likes sherbet the best. And you can round off to the nearest degree if it doesn't come out evenly. And here, 2 over 25 times 360 degrees gives us 29 degrees approximately. At this time, you want to take your protractor, and we're going to start here, and then we're going to measure that angle. And so once we do each angle and figure out all of our slices, then we're ready to figure out the percentages. So we're going to make sure the 144 degrees was the strawberry. So we want to write each flavor in there. If it doesn't fit, you can draw a line and put it on the outside. Like here, let's say there's not enough room there. And the mint, 8%. So, well, let's do that now. Let me show you how I got the 8%. Okay? To figure out the percent, we're going to take the same fraction, but this time we're going to multiply by 100 instead of the 360. And that's how you get the percentage. So notice I'm not writing 144 degrees. I'm going to do 10 over 25 times 100, and that gives me 40. So I'm doing each percent, and that's what you write in your pie graph. To get the 16%, I'm going to do chocolate and do 4 over 25 times 100, and that gives me 16%. Vanilla, I'm doing 8 over 25 times 100, and I get 32%. And notice that I'll just keep doing the same thing. For the sherbet, we had 1 out of 25 times 100, and that's how we got the 4%. So that's how you get the percentages. And our final step is to label. Maybe a good title might be favorite ice cream flavors. And you would just put that up here, favorite ice cream flavors. And I suggest doing a rough draft first before you get going.